Hello dear students, today we're going to take Unit 4 Extend, page 32, Vocabulary, the Memory Man, Activate. Complete these sentences with the correct form of the words from the box. So what you will do is you will try to answer this exercise alone. Choose, of course, the right vocab and try to complete the sentences. And after you're done, match your answers with my answers. So number one, it was dark last night, so I didn't see my brother's bike and I stumbled over it. Number two, I always associate the smell of roses with my mother's garden. 3. When John's bike hit a stone, he was catapulted onto the road. 4. Our driveway is very narrow and so it's very difficult to maneuver the car. 5. Everybody will benefit from the government measures to save the economy. 6. Essentially, the key to success is hard work. 7. In the past, people used a sundial to tell the time. 8. The rules apply to secondary students as well as primary. 9. The psychologist told us to visualize our ideal house and tell him about it. 10. Carmen received a prize for her outstanding achievement in the competition. 11. Our kitchen is very cool, so we keep the butter in the pantry instead of the fridge. 12. Some people think that life will become very dull when they retire. 13. My knowledge of world geography is limited. 14. The principal's speech inspired us to study harder. 15. We had to memorize some chemical formula for the exam. Now let me show you the answers. Just to make sure that you have written the correct answers. Extend. Word formation, verbs. Number 1. Use a suffix to form verbs from the words in the box and write them in the correct column in the chart. You may need to change the spelling. So, of course, you remember what are suffixes. Suffixes are a few letters that we add to the end of the word. Okay? And they may change the spelling of the words. Okay? Now, the words here you have in the blue box: active, align, clear, different, example, memory, public, simple, visual. Now, you put 8 to, of course, activate, alienate, and differentiate. Alienate, it means to feel isolated. With IFI, you put clarify, exemplify, and simplify. Be careful of the spelling. because they change the spelling completely. Eyes, memorize, publicize, visualize. Now, exercise 2. Complete the sentences with the verbs from exercise 1. Number 1 is already answered, and you know the drill. You have to try to answer the exercise alone and then match your answers with my answers. Number 1, the explanation was too complicated for us, so our teacher simplified it. Number 2, he memorized the phone number of the company so that he could call them later. 3, it's hard to visualize what this area looked like before the town was built. 4, the palace exemplifies the style of architecture typical of the 18th century. 5, the politician didn't want to be misunderstood, so he clarified his position. 6, any smoke in the house will activate an alarm. 7, they are going to publicize the competition winners in the local press. 8, it's every parent's responsibility to teach their children to differentiate between good and bad. 9, the manager's decision is to reduce the workforce has alienated him from the staff. So these are the answers. And let's talk about compound adjectives. What is the meaning of compound adjectives? A compound adjective is a single adjective made up of two or more words. So if you have a compound adjective, we consider it a single adjective, but it's made up of two or more words. So these words are linked together with a hyphen. Hyphen is this mark here. So you put a hyphen between the words in order to link them and in order to show that they are part of the same adjective. So when I say open-minded, as you see here, you have two words, but we consider open-minded is a compound adjective because it consisted of two words, open and minded, but they are linked together or connected together with hyphen, and it's considered as one word of the same adjective. Okay, so this is one compound adjective. So you have open-minded, green-eyed, short-sighted. Now, exercise 3, make compound adjectives with words in A and B to complete sentences 1 to 8. So again, give yourself a chance to answer the exercise alone. Try to match the adjectives in order to form compound adjectives, and then match your answers with mine. Number 1, a person who writes with their right hand is right-handed. And of course, the person who writes with his Left hand is left-handed. Number 2, someone who is very cruel is cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Number 3, a person who doesn't worry about what people say about them is thick-skinned. 4, someone who won't accept new ideas is narrow-minded. 5, a person with light-colored hair is fair-haired. 6, someone who is calm and sensible is level-headed. 7, a person who is very generous is kind-hearted. 8, someone who can only see things which are very near is short-sighted. Exercise 4. Complete the sentences with a compound adjective from exercise 3. Number 1. My sister is extremely level-headed. She always knows what to do in a difficult situation. 2. I am short-sighted, so I have to wear glasses. 3. The employees are always complaining about the manager, but he is very thick-skinned. He doesn't seem to care. 4. Most people in my family are right-handed, but my brother always uses his left. 5. My grandmother is always giving us presents. She's the most kind-hearted person I know. 6. Fair-haired people burn easily in the sun. 7. I can't discuss things with my older brother anymore because he is so narrow-minded. 8. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals. And these are the answers. That's the end of the lesson.